everyone, my name is Amy from Korean Things. Hi, I'm Sam. When you say something is placed or positioned in a specific place, you start the statement there is or there are in English. But in Korean, when you introduce a location of an object or a person or explain abstract ideas like there is air, there is love, and so on, we start the statement with the person, the object, or the abstract things that exist. And then we put the verb 있다, 있다. English sometimes use is or are depending on the numbers of a person or an object, but we don't really care singular or plural forms. If you want to say there is something, then we put 있다. And if there is nothing, then we put 없다 at the end of the sentence. But there's one thing you should keep your eyes on. You should choose one of the subjective particles and attach it to a subject. There are 이 or 가. If the last syllable of the subject has a 받침, an ending consonant, then we attach 이 to a subject. But if there is no 받침, then we add 가 to a subject. Then let's study new words first. Cell phone is
핸드폰,
핸드폰. Computer is
컴퓨터, 컴퓨터,
book is
책, 책,
key is
열쇠, 열쇠,
We are going to use possessive pronoun my.
내, 내,
Possessive pronoun my is supposed to be 나의 and its short form is 내. When we talk about objects belonging to me, we usually say 내 and objects.
네.
So my cell phone is,
내 핸드폰,
my computer is,
내 컴퓨터,
my book is,
내 책,
my key is,
내 열쇠,
children is,
아이들, 아이들,
parents is,
부모님, 부모님,
father is,
아빠, 아빠,
sister is.
언니, 언니,
We are going to use my here again, but when we tell others about family, even though we use my, we say our in Korean. So we have to translate it into
우리,
우리. It may sound a little strange to you, but Koreans always speak this way. So my children is,
우리 아이들,
my parents is,
우리 부모님,
my father is,
우리 아빠,
my sister is.
우리 언니,
Let's make a sentence like my cell phone is on the desk. My cell phone is
내 핸드폰,
내 핸드폰. And we need a subjective particle, but the last syllable of the subject has a ending consonant 니은. So we need
이,
이. So subjective particle 이. And we need the place first.
Yeah.
So place is desk. So desk is
책상,
책상. The preposition on is
에,
에. And verb has to be at the end of the sentence. And be verb is
있어요,
있어요. Actually, the basic form of be verb is
있다,
있다. But today we are going to use 어요 ending. So, 있어요. So could you read the full sentence again, please?
내 핸드폰이 책상에 있어요.
내 핸드폰이 책상에 있어요. Book. We'll drop 핸드폰 and then we will change it to check. Check also has a 받침. So we will just leave 이, subjective particle 이, right here.
내 책이 책상에 있어요.
내 책이 책상에 있어요. Key was,
열쇠,
as you see here, the last syllable of 열쇠, 쇠, doesn't have any 받침. In this case, we need to change the subjective particle. It has to be
가.
So could you read it again, please?
내 열쇠가 책상에 있어요.
내 열쇠가 책상에 있어요. And finally, we will change this to computer. And we pronounce it
컴퓨터,
computer. Computer doesn't have any 받침 here. So 가 stays here.
내 컴퓨터가 책상에 있어요.
내 컴퓨터가 책상에 있어요. We also put subjective particle 은 or 는 instead of 이 or 가 in order to make a general statement. We are going to elaborate on the different roles of 은 or 는 in the next class. But for now, we are going to switch these subjective particles to 은 or 는 and read them through again. If the last syllable doesn't have any 받침, we are gonna use 는.
내 컴퓨터는 책상에 있어요.
내 컴퓨터는 책상에 있어요. If the last syllable of the subject has 받침,
네.
then 는 has to be changed into 은.
은.
Then the full sentence will be
내 책은 책상에 있어요.
내 책은 책상에 있어요. My parents are at school. So my parents is
우리 부모님.
우리 부모님. The last syllable of 부모님 has 받침. So we are going to use
이.
We are going to change place first. So school is
학교.
학교. And preposition at is also
에.
And be verb are is
있어요.
있어요. So full sentences.
우리 부모님이 학교에 있어요.
우리 부모님이 학교에 있어요. I just changed the subject to my children.
아이들.
The last syllable of 아이들 also has a 받침. So subjective particle e stays here. So full sentences.
우리 아이들이 학교에 있어요.
우리 아이들이 학교에 있어요. The last syllable of 아빠 doesn't have any 받침. So subjective particle has to be changed.
Yeah.
So it has to be
가.
So sentence would be like
우리 아빠가 학교에 있어요.
우리 아빠가 학교에 있어요. What about sister?
우리 언니가 학교에 있어요.
우리 언니가 학교에 있어요. If you want to make a negative sentence, like I said before, you can just switch 있다 to 없다.
Yeah.
So 있어요 to 없어요. So my sister is not at school is
우리 언니가 학교에 없어요.
우리 언니가 학교에 없어요. My children are not at school is
우리 아이들이 학교에 없어요.
우리 아이들이 학교에 없어요. Then let's say the subject is a name of a person. Then the rule of a subjective particles changes. If the last syllable of a name has a 받침, we have to attach 이가. If the last syllable of the name doesn't have any 받침, then we just attach 가. Let's say there is a name called 수지, and the last syllable of the name 수지 doesn't have any 받침, then we need subjective particle 가. So 수지 is at school is
수지가 학교에 있어요.
수지가 학교에 있어요. There is a name 미숙. The last syllable of 미숙 has a 기억 받침. In this case, we need 이가. 이가. 미숙 is at school is
미숙이가 학교에 있어요.
미숙이가 학교에 있어요. If you want to put subjective particles 은 or 는 instead of 이 or 가, situation would be the same. You have to attach 이는 instead of 는. Okay? So 가이 is at school, but we are going to use 은 or 는 this time. Then 가이 doesn't have any 받침, so we just need 는. So 가이가 학교에 있어요 makes sense, but at the same time 가희는
학교에 있어요.
Yeah, it is also the right sentence, right? 영철 has a 받침 at the last syllable. In this case, subjective particle 은 itself is not enough. We need 이는. So 영철 is at school is
영철이는 학교에 있어요.
영철이는 학교에 있어요.